again to our show that is called Real Shame. It's a show where we watch movies that we haven't seen from our movie list of shame or movie blind spots. And no, your eyes aren't deceiving you. We are wearing peculiar headgear if you're watching us on YouTube, because this week is
Shark
Week. Maybe we should have practiced that.
That's not trademarked.
Yeah.
Well, it is trademarked, but if it's not, what's the word?
Large underwater predator week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's something that channel does. That y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And it gives us an excuse to dive into movies that...
What you did there. Dive.
Yeah. To dive into movies that feature our fine... I was going to say feathered creature, but they're not feathered. They're scaled or something. Yeah. Fine-toothed creature and all that kind of stuff. So this week, we're coming at you with 7 shark movies that we have not seen. I think, right? Have you not seen?
I've seen one of the 7, so I'm doing pretty good.
They're all new to me, so
or bad, depending on how we feel.
So, without further ado, you want to say anything before we jump into the first? Before we jump into these waters?
Nope.
All right. So, the first movie we're going to jump into is a sequel to a sequel and in a series of a movie that we watched last year for Shark Week, and Andy's going to tell us about that movie right now.
Yeah, Ian Ziering, don't call him Ian. Ian Ziering and the corpse of Tara Reid are back and headed to New York City to promote a Sharknado survival book. But they must first contend with more sharks in Sharknado 2, the second one.
Great title.
Yeah.
We have breaking news to report. There is random flooding right now throughout Manhattan. We're going to have important details on street closures coming up.
Matt, additionally, water spouts now have been formed over the Hudson and East rivers. They're actually moving into Manhattan towards each other. So residents are encouraged to stay off the streets.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but there is concern that New York may be facing a shark storm similar...
Sharknado.
A shark storm similar to the one that tore through the Los Angeles region last year, and Al does have more details.
Matt, these Sharknados are actually a rare anomaly. While there have been isolated reports in the past of marine life actually being sucked into storms, a Sharknado is much more powerful and a lot more deadly.
So, yeah, like Adam said, we did Sharknado. We actually kicked off our very first Shark Week with the first Sharknado. So we thought, what the heck? Because there's like, how many of these? 5, 6? I don't know.
6, I believe.
Something. So we figured, hey, we could probably start off every year with a Sharknado sequel. Who knows? But we're starting off this year with Sharknado 2. The second one is directed by Anthony C. Ferranti. He has directed all of the Sharknado films in the series. And
he's found a niche for himself.
He definitely has. This one is written by Thunder Levin. Surely that can't be their real name.
Great
Thunder.
name.
But if it is, that's an amazing name. Thunder Levin. It stars Ian Ziering as Finn. Get it, Finn. Again, the corpse of Tara Reid as April. She looks pretty bad in this movie.
Yeah,
sorry, but she does.
Sure.
Vivica Fox as Sky, Kari Wurer as Ellen Brody, and Mark McGrath. Yes, yeah, your ears do not deceive you. The lead singer of Sugar Ray, when he's not busy drunkenly bullying teenage boys, he plays. Sometimes he acts. He plays Martin Brody. Get it? Martin Brody, Ellen Brody.
Yeah,
the Brodies were characters in Jaws, and I think there's some other characters that are named after Jaws characters, but I didn't write them down. But this movie has a plethora of cameos and small roles for people, including Judd Hirsch, who plays a taxi driver, which was appropriate because he was on the TV show Taxi. It has Richard Kind, Robert Klein, Kurt Angle, Downtown Julie Brown, Wubba Wubba Wubba, Billy Ray Cyrus as a doctor, and apparently he was on a show called Doc, which I don't even remember.
Oh, really?
Peppa from Salt and Peppa. I didn't write down her real name. Andy Dick plays a cop.
Yep.
Robert Hayes plays one of the pilots of the plane that they're flying on at the beginning of the movie, which is appropriate because he was in Airplane. Perez, not Paris, Perez Hilton, the blogger. Biz Marquis, R.I.P. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Kelly Osbourne plays a stewardess. Al Roker and Matt Lauer both play themselves, hosts of the, Today Show that they do?
Yeah.
Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan both playing themselves. Rachel True, who was in The Craft, one of the witches, plays the other pilot next to Robert Hayes. Will Wheaton is one of the passengers on the plane.
And his wife sitting right next to him.
His wife
in real life.
Real life wife. and Damon John from Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yes, see what they did there? They got somebody from Shark Tank.
We got some kismet going on. We got some synergy.
That's right. Damon John is in it, and Anthony C. Ferrante apparently has a cameo as like a guitar playing guy, but I didn't know to look for him.
Yeah.
I only read that after the fact. It also has Jared Fogle, the former Subway spokesperson, but we all know what happened to that guy, so we won't mention him again. All right, so neither one of us have ever seen Sharknado 2.
No.
Just like last year, we've not seen Sharknado 1. So who's gonna dive in first to this? I guess you can, right?
Yeah, I'll jump in first.
You can tell us what you thought about Sharknado 2.
I don't remember. I wish I should have looked at where I rated. Did you look at where we rated the first Sharknado?
I actually did. I
okay.
did.
Can you? Okay.
You want me to tell you what you gave it?
Yeah.
You gave it a bomb.
Okay.
You gave it a bomb.
Yeah. So I don't remember being favorable towards the first Sharknado. I'm glad my memory and my old age hasn't failed me yet.
No, that's why I looked it up, because I was like, I think that I kind of thought it was okay, just silly, but I couldn't remember like what I rated it, so I had to go back and look.
But I feel like, and then we'll ask you when you get to what you rated the original one. I feel like this one leans into the camp a little bit more, and it's more fun because of it, right?
I agree.
So I think this one kind of, I don't want to say the first Sharknado was serious, but this one's like, oh, this one was, we had the first movie, we understand what people want, it's a lot of camp, it's a lot of fun, so let's just lean into it, right? And you have in your notes, I have it in my notes, the opening scene, the Twilight Zone, the Demon at 20,000 feet?
Nightmare at 20,000 feet.
20,000 feet. Awesome, great way to kind of kick it off, and you kind of know what it is.
And I got Sky Shark vibes, kind of.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
Bit, which is we ended the week last year with that movie.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of Sky Shark vibes. I'm pretty sure Sky Shark probably like, oh, we can take this and run with it. So overall, I really kind of dug this movie. I mean, it's not a great movie. It's not gonna set the world on fire or anything like that, but for what it is, it's a lot of fun. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious. I wish, what I want to see, and I wrote this in my notes, is I want to see like a pop-up video version of it, of like all the cameos.
Yeah.
Like anytime someone comes up, I want it to be like, hey, this is blank from blank, or like any kind of like, anytime it makes a reference and stuff like that. Because I think that'd make it more fun. It'd be more like tongue-in-cheek if they had that kind of stuff. So overall, I think it's kind of fun. I was hoping that Tara Reid's role would be minimal in it. And for a while, it seems like we weren't going to get her at all, which I was very pleasantly surprised or pleasantly pleased about. But then she kind of has a bigger role in the end, which I don't think is as good. But I just want to stick to Ian Ziering and all that craziness.
Ian
Ziering and all that craziness. So overall, I think it's better because it leans into the craziness of it. What'd you think about Sharknado 2, the second one?
I mean, I'm right there with you. I was more favorable on the first one, but I agree with you. I think once they had the first one, they had a hit on their head. The SyFy channel had a hit on their hands. They decided they were going to make some more. They fully embraced the Sharknado phenomenon. And because the Sharknado had already been established in the first film, they start the movie with them flying on a plane, basically flying into a Sharknado. So it gets off with a bang. It's hilarious. I was cracking up during the opening minutes with people just like sharks like decapitating them as they fly through the plane and stuff like that. Tara Reid gets her hand bitten off, so I guess she's like the Luke Skywalker character.
She was trying to shoot the shark.
I mean, just all of that stuff was hilarious, because I kept thinking he's asleep on the plane. He's going to wake up. It's a dream. But it actually really is happening. So I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I had fun with it. I mean, I don't know, if we continue to watch these in subsequent years, I don't know if they're going to continue to be fun. They're going to really have to up the ante with each successive one in order for them to be, to continue to be good. But I thought this one was good. I would say it's better than the first one. But again, I mean, I thought the first one was okay. But yeah, this one moves, I feel like, a little bit faster. That you don't have one Sharknado this time. You got two basically.
Well, I think you have three, right? And they all converge into like
and creating a superstorm. Yeah,
and you can't blow it up. You have to freeze it, which is.
And I mean, part of the fun of these movies is just the tacky effects, like
Yes.
because the CGI is pretty subpar.
Well, we get some more of that later.
But
on
it's
this
fun.
week.
Well, you do, yeah. But it's pretty subpar. But with a movie like this, I think it's okay. Like the Statue of Liberty's head rolling down the street and crushing people and stuff, or the sharks that just kind of land on people. They look bad, but you kind of expect them to.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay. I will say, and I did write this down in my notes, some of the acting from some of the people, like, thank God that they have small roles or they just have like one line, because like I would say Billy Ray Cyrus in particular is awful. Like I can't believe because he apparently was on some show called Doc, where it's probably only ran one season, I don't know, but he played like a doctor, and I'm like, they gave this guy an acting gig because he was horrible. Like, and again, I mean, this is definitely a B movie or C movie or something, so I don't expect like really good acting, but some of the people, like their line delivery, Kurt Angle's another one, their line delivery was just... Well, yeah, and Mark McGrath.
I have in my notes. Yeah. Should Mark McGrath stick to singing?
I preferably neither. I would say acting, or of course I'm not really sure.
And pay attention because there's another guy that looks just like Mark McGrath later on this week.
I'll have to see when you get to that part who you're talking about or which one. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I think this movie's fun. If you're watching a Sharknado movie, I think you pretty much know what to expect. You know that they're, like you said, they're definitely leaning into the silliness with this one.
Did we need... Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, go ahead.
Did we need all the Richard Kind being like the baseball... I mean, I guess we did, because it's so silly and so random.
He hits a shark homer, basically a home run.
Redeems himself after his dad died in the stands. I mean, it's ridiculous. I guess it works.
Yeah, it's fun, and I think part of the fun of it is just seeing all the different cameos and celebrities and stuff. Even though, like you said, it might be helpful to have like a pop-up video to say, like, because some of the people I would say most of the people I knew who they were, but I think there's the lady that plays the weather person, Stacey Abrams or Abraham or something. I didn't even write her name down, but she's a real life weather woman, person, whatever. And I didn't know who she was. Apparently, I don't watch that channel, whatever that is. But I know who Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan are, even though I don't watch them.
There's one weird shot of Kelly Ripa where she's on the set with Michael Strahan, and they zoom in and they show like a close up of her ankle, and she has like a bruise on her ankle, or either that or like covering up a tattoo or something like that. And I think that's supposed to establish she's like wearing red heels, because later on she steps on the shark. She steps on it, yeah. But it's just like such a random weird shot where I'm like, is she like being tied up? Like, is that like a bruise from like, you know what I mean? Like ligature marks or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know what she's into.
Can ligature marks happen to people that are alive? Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know what she's into, yeah.
But it was just like, if you pay attention, it's just this random shot of like her feet, and you're like, okay. I mean, hey, we had Jared Fogle, so whatever.
Yeah.
You can't blame. So. I think that's the most interesting thing about this is that some of the cameos in all these movies probably don't withstand modern scrutiny and all that kind of stuff. No. You kind of look at it and you're like, this person was in this movie.
Yeah, well, because I know, like, you know, obviously Matt Lauer got, I think, let go from the Today Show for whatever, but I think I want to say he's in the third one, but he's not in any subsequent ones. And I think Jared was going to be in the third one, but they cut his role or something, because 2015, I think, is when he went to trial and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I mean, when you have that large a number of people, they're guaranteed there's going to be somebody who...
for sure.
Does something bad. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say we're both favorable on it, which is, I guess, maybe kind of a rarity with some of these shark movies.
Yeah, for sure. All right, where'd you end up watching this bad boy?
Yeah, so it's on Prime Video. I think all the Sharknado movies are on Prime Video.
I believe that's right.
That is where I watched it, and I think there's maybe some different versions, at least according to the IMDb trivia. There's some different versions. Well, some different versions as far as the end credits go. I don't know how accurate that is, but the version on Prime Video, if you watch through the credits or fast forward through the credits, there's a scene at the end with Ian Ziering eating a slice of pizza.
Oh yeah,
and drinking a Coors Light, because there's Coors Light product placement throughout the movie. Coors Light. I think the movie starts off with like a Coors Light or something. I don't know, but I did notice a few Coors Lights in there. But yeah, I mean, he's basically eating pizza. We spoil things on the show, so I just gave you the after credit scene. Nick Fury does not come out.
You don't want to. If that makes you not want to watch the movie.
Yeah,
your priorities are messed up.
So it's 61% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is fresh. It's 31% audience score. I don't know how many audience members they polled. And we did, last year we rated things on a fin scale, right? So
I think it was like shark to bomb or something like that.
Yeah. So we had bomb. Bomb is basically 1 fin, and then 1 to 4 fins, basically. And you could do half, so 2.5 or whatever like that.
Yes.
But yeah, you gave Sharknado 1 a bomb. So
Yeah.
where do you fall on this one?
I put in my notes 1, but I think after talking about it, I'm going to bump it up to 2. So I think it's a 2. It's a
2-finner.
You know what you're getting into. It's a lot of. It can be fun. 2.
I gave the one last year 2.5 fins.
Oh.
And even though I think this one is better, I'm going to stick with 2.5 fins. So this one's going to get 2.5 fins for me.
So maybe it's like 2.5.1.
Yeah, but we only do half, so we're just gonna say 2.5.
We don't have the animation budget to do more than that.
I mean, I can't. I mean, it was fun, but I can't really in good conscience give it 3 or higher. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. So
all right,
2.5, 2.
Yep, that's right.
All right.
All right. Well, that was our first shark movie of the week. Stay tuned for the rest of the week as we come at you every day with more sharks, more fun, maybe more of us.
Hopefully.
More goofy hats.
6 more days of this.
6. Yeah. Count them down. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Should we talk about, should we give a little teaser for what we're doing next time?
I mean, nah.
Okay. We'll see.
You'll find it's just tomorrow, so you don't have to wait too long. I know you're all anticipating. All 2 of you are like, please.
Just one sleep away, and you'll find out what the next one is.
You'll find out the next one.
Or look at Instagram because they're all posted there. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye.